Alright guys, this is the TRX-4m on the Injora IR60 body in purple with the Injora Universal LCG chassis, the carbon fiber one. Now I know I've seen in some videos or some posts online about the front clip being hard to do or hard to keep latched on these things. So what I did is, some people 3D print something either on the latch itself or in the front bumper area. If you look at the hinge, where's the back here? Let's see if I can get it to focus. See that open hole? I just slid the hinge forward. So instead of mounting it with 2 screws, I just pushed the hinge in, and now when you close it, it kind of hits the front bumper a little bit, and then you just push back on the body, and it stays on there like really good. It's super easy to pop back off though. It's a lot harder to latch it, but it's really easy to unlatch it when you want to unlatch it. Other than that, I didn't really have any difficulty putting it together. I've built one of their LCG chassis before. I did TRX-4m Bronco previously. That was the dedicated Bronco chassis, not the universal one. I was hearing that the IR60 fits that a lot better, so I just went with the universal. Like I said, slid the hinge mount forward. Went out and got a 1.3 mil MIP bit to swap everything over, because the little screws are 1.3. All the other screws are the same. I can't remember what hex bit it is, but the same one that comes with the TRX-4. It's just these little tiny screws that you need the 1.3. The body, every screw on here needs the 1.3. It was a little bit pain in the butt to get together. I trimmed the back sides of the vents off to get them in the fit, and then on the back side of them I also put a little bit of tire glue to try and hold them in place. And then to get the mirrors in, I saw and heard that a lot of people struggled with it a little bit. I took little tiny snips and cut out the part of the window, just made a notch, grabbed I don't know if you can see the little flag deal that comes off the mirror. I just pulled with needle nose pliers on one side and then pushed with my finger on the other. Went right in. This is how the light's secured. Just zip tied it to the body, and then when it flips over, normally just tuck them in to the frame rails right there. Other than that, the body went together pretty well. I know cutting the back sides off those doesn't look the best. You probably touch it up with some paint. Made it a heck of a lot easier to assemble though. I know when I put it together, I was trying to watch a video on how to assemble it. It's pretty straightforward according to the instructions. There are a lot of extra screws. You're going to have a significant amount of extra screws. I mean, I'm talking like 20 or 30 extra screws. I think some of them were for if you're putting this body on a different chassis. Some of the hardware is to help with, you know, the different types, because this body is somewhat universal too. I think it comes for the SCX24 now. The body is the exact same size between the two. Traxxas TRX-4m tires are the same size as SCX24. I was running earlier. I didn't get a whole lot of footage. I was running with a bunch of other guys, and they were running their SCX24s. Another guy had a IR60 TRX-4m with this body is practically the same size now. So whether it makes this smaller or the SEX24 bigger, they're the same size when they have the body. But I am loving this truck so far. I just need my tires to come in. I've got yellow inserts and yellow injora inserts with LGRP Black Label tires, and then I've got Treel bead locks that are purple to match the body. I have a running video of this doing a comparison between the complete stock form and how it is now. I think I definitely want to do a little bit of brass up front. It does get a little tip happy, but it'll be all right for now. I definitely need tires, but it is doing a lot better than it was completely stock. I'll at least say that. The universal chassis, cool thing about this, if you look, frame rails are wide enough and there's space in here that you can do a lay down servo mount. I'll get you just a little bit more LCG out of it. If you guys got any questions on how this thing goes together, let me know. I did, in the instructions, it tells you put the crossbar in the front. The ECM connectors would hit, so I just moved it a couple holes back. That made it a lot easier, and then I zip tied the lights and the servo and the motor wires to the crossbar so they don't go anywhere. The battery wires, they just kind of get tucked down in when the body's flipped over. It's really easy to install. It looks amazing. Check out my running video on it to see how well this chassis and body setup does. And thanks for watching, guys.